Hello everyone. In this video, I would like to show you how you can use Excel to do the linear regressions. So this is our original data set, including 2,246 observations. And then the first step here, we will randomly choose 50 observations. So what we need to do first, you need to click this column first, and then right-click, insert, okay? Insert, then it will create the new column here. You can name it as index, okay? So once you name it as index, in the second cell here, you can put equal rand. So this function will help you to randomly create a number between 0 and 1, okay? And when you hit the enter, it will just create the number randomly, okay? Move your mouse to the edge of the cell and then right-click it, okay, until you see there is a black plus here. Right-click it. It will fill all those columns, all those cells, okay, with the randomly created number between 0 and 1. Then what you need to do is click data here, okay, and then sort. Sort the data, expand the selection, okay, and then it will sort by this index from the smallest to largest, okay? You just need to hit OK, then you will rearrange the whole data set, okay? What we need is just the 50 observations. So we can just select it, the observations until 51, okay? Because our first row here is just a variable name, okay? So we need to select until 51 observations here, okay? And then we just need to use a keyboard to use Control C, okay? And then in another new sheet, okay, put Control V. So here we will have 50 observations, okay? This is our randomly selected 50 observations from our original data set. We don't need this index anymore, so we just need to right-click it and then delete it. Now, in our homework assignment, okay, we need to run a regression about wages and then the total working experience year, okay? So we want to see if the total working experience here will affect the hourly wages. So in Excel, what you need to do is just hit the data analyze. So this data analyze was within data, okay? So hit this data analyze and then select regression, okay? So here is a regression, you just put okay. And then you need to select the Y, input Y. Input Y will be our wages, okay? So just select the input Y here. There will be our wages. And then what about the input X? So input X, we want to check if this total working experience, this one was measured by year, okay, will affect the wages or not. So you need to select the total working experience as our X variable. And then we need the constant term, which will be our intercept. So we will not click this one, and then the confidence level will be 95%. Okay, once you select input Y and input X, and then put the confidence interval level, you just hit OK. So this is the table that generated by Excel shows the linear regression. And you want to see it will including the summary of the outputs for the regression statistics, ANOVA, and this is the most important tables you should referring to for our regression. So you will see here, we will have the intercept, right? And then also have this one will be our X variable. So this is our X variable. So X variable here is actually the total year, total working experience. And then you will see the coefficients here will equal 0.295. And once you're referring to this one, you also need to look at the p-value. You might notice the p-value here was much smaller, right? So we will see, I will just write it down here. For the coefficients, so for the coefficients of x 0.295 with the p-value less than 0.05, which means total working experience can statistically significant influence the hourly wages. And we can also write down the formulas here, okay? So the linear regression function will be like this way. So the linear regression function will be wages. We can just type in the equation here. So wages will equal 0.295 times our total working experience and then plus the intercept. The intercept will equal 3.267, okay? And then you might also notice this intercept here is also with a very small p-value, right? So it's also statistically significant. So this is our linear regression function. And with this linear regression function, it can also tell us once the total working experience increased by 1 year, then the wages, the hourly wages were increased by $0.295. Okay, so this is what this equation can tell us.